just felt like sharing some thoughts on religion and spirituality, and I'm sure this is going to blow up and go viral because these are the kind of videos that do that. Um, okay, so I am not religious. I've got big problems with religion, but if you can wrap your mind around it, I love God. I'm deeply spiritual. I love Jesus, and I got respect for all the religions. Um, my big problem with really any religion, other than maybe Buddhism, is this fundamental problem of dogma. That this is the way it is, black and white. Why? Because God said so. You can't question, or you're not saved. You can't not believe, or you're not saved. Um, that that there's one right answer, and there's just an arrogance and ego involved in most of these um, religions, and our way is right and your way is wrong. So, one thing, if you are Catholic, Christian, Muslim, I mean, surely there are a lot of converts to these religions, but a lot of people simply, like, when I was raised Catholic and loved and respected my parents, and I liked a lot of the messaging of the Christianity and from the Catholic Church. A lot of it resonated with me. It made a lot of sense. Love your enemy, all that stuff, right? It resonates with everybody. But and it was hard for me as a young adult to even start to question my religion. Is this true? Maybe this is maybe it's wrong. Maybe there is no God. So I'm saying this because a lot of you at that age, it's going to be hard to even start to question your religion because you love your parents so much. And I think a lot of this world simply goes through life falling right in line, in step with how they were raised. Honestly, I don't want to say brainwashed, but something along those lines. To never stop and consider another perspective. That if you were raised Christian and you're adamant we're right and the Muslims are evil, just stop and honestly can imagine if you were maybe raised Muslim, if you wouldn't do the exact same thing and think that Islam is the correct way and every other way is inferior or wrong, and judging each other for not seeing it the same way. I mean, as adults, as evolved, self-actualized human beings, all of us have to one day put all of our beliefs on the table about any issue and start to ask ourselves, do I just simply believe that or think that way because someone told me? Did I ever really stop to question it? Is there other evidence out there to the contrary? And sure enough, there will be other evidence. There's another perspective on everything. With the ultimate goal of saying, not agreeing, but simply understanding each other. So we don't keep fighting these wars and having these arguments and violence. It's time to evolve. Um, what else do I want to say about it? So, um, another twist. I came across a quote years ago by Carl Sagan that one of those life moments that hit me. And it was that he was talking about religion and the world and saying, I truly believe there's room in this world for a religion that incorporates science. And I knew, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And that's another problem with certainly Catholicism, Christianity. Over the years, look back at the history books, or at least the story we've been given, that anytime a new scientific idea challenged conventional thinking, that person was ostracized, jailed, sometimes executed. And it's just a force of this universe, this force of greed and conformity that doesn't want to change. The establishment. But we have to change. Conformity and stagnation is death. It's death of the soul. It's death of society. Um, Change is the one constant of the universe. I just butchered that quote, but it's so true. We have to evolve. We keep changing, making progress. Progress. It's not going to be perfect. That's boring. Make it better. Um, and say ultimately that, yes, science and religion, to me, obviously, are two roads that diverge and converge with a unified theory. Come to the same conclusions, and that's happening right now. Um, once you understand these different, you know, not branches, whatever. Um, different. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, quantum physics. When you understand uh, all the atoms that are in you right now come from a star that died, a supernova. When you incorporate mythology and these classic stories, you start to see a pattern emerge. It's always a metaphor for a star that dies. Um, um, understanding Einstein's theories, really what he said about the nature of time itself. I don't know. People, I don't know. Don't think about it, I guess. I've always been fascinated by it since I was a kid. Um, what else? Nikola Tesla, another important one. Fibonacci. Um, I don't know. And whatever. I guess there should be. I guess here's the ideal. I love the premise of secular humanism, which is a moral code that hey, we're here together. We got to share this planet, this place. We got to get along as best as possible. I should be free to do what I want to do, right up to the point that I now infringe on your, causing you harm or infringing on your rights. It's so logical and common sense. There's no dogma really there. It makes sense. And so ultimately we need a religion, a spirituality. It's really Buddhism, honestly, that it kind of brings people together. Hey, we're here together on this journey. And you're free to kind of think what you want. And let's say, hey, maybe see what science tells us about the nature of things. Be open to that. I guess that's what I'm hoping for. Will it ever happen? I don't know. But I had to get it off my chest anyway. Wish you well. Have a good day. Bye.